Nature is more than just a breathtaking spectacle. It is a teacher, imparting wisdom to those who take the time to observe and reflect. Every tree, river, mountain, and season carries a story of resilience, transformation, and harmony. If we truly listen, nature can guide us toward a deeper understanding of patience, adaptability, balance, and the power of letting go. Throughout history, great thinkers, philosophers, and spiritual leaders have drawn inspiration from the natural world. Lao Tzu compared human existence to the effortless flow of water, while Charles Darwin emphasized the survival of the most adaptable. Indigenous cultures across the globe have long understood that nature is not something to be conquered, but rather something to be learned from. If we pay close attention, we can uncover valuable insights from the way nature operates, lessons that, when applied, can profoundly enhance our approach to life. Here are 5 timeless lessons that nature teaches us. 1. Patience and time bring everything to its right place. Nature never rushes, yet everything gets accomplished in its own time. A mighty oak tree starts as a tiny seed, but it takes decades to reach its full height. A river does not carve through rock overnight. It does so with steady persistence over thousands of years. Even the most magnificent mountain ranges are shaped through slow and continuous geological shifts spanning millions of years. This teaches us an essential truth: good things take time. In an era of instant gratification, where we often seek quick results, nature reminds us that growth and progress require patience. Whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or nurturing a relationship, success does not happen overnight. Consider the story of a bamboo plant. After planting the seed, nothing seems to happen for years. However, beneath the surface, the roots are growing, strengthening their foundation. Then, seemingly all at once, the bamboo shoots up rapidly. Life operates in a similar way sometimes. We put in effort without seeing immediate results, but that does not mean progress isn't happening. So, if you are struggling to see results in your life, remember, trust the process, stay persistent, and allow time to do its work. 2. Adaptability is the key to survival. Nature is constantly evolving, and only those who can adapt thrive. Animals migrate to escape harsh climates, plants bend towards sunlight for nourishment, and entire ecosystems shift to accommodate changing environments. The natural world does not resist change, it embraces it, and we must do the same. It flows around obstacles rather than stopping. It remains flexible, yet powerful. The ability to adapt like water is a key factor in overcoming life's challenges. Many of the most successful individuals in history succeeded not because they had perfect circumstances, but because they learned how to navigate change. Instead of resisting difficulties, they found ways to turn obstacles into opportunities. So when life throws challenges your way, ask yourself, how can I adjust? What can I learn from this? How can I turn this situation into a stepping stone rather than a roadblock? 3. Balance is the key to everything. Nature thrives on balance. Every ecosystem, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, functions through a delicate interplay of forces. The survival of species, the changing of seasons, and the cycles of birth, decay, and renewal all demonstrate an intricate equilibrium. Without balance, the natural world would descend into chaos, with severe consequences for all living beings. A forest, for instance, requires both predators and prey to maintain its ecological stability. If predators were to disappear, herbivore populations would surge uncontrollably, leading to overgrazing and ecosystem collapse. Similarly, if oceans experienced nothing but turbulent storms without periods of calm, marine life would struggle to survive, and entire ecosystems would be disrupted. The Earth itself follows a rhythmic cycle: sunrise and sunset, seasons transitioning seamlessly, and the renewal of life after destruction. When balance is disturbed, nature reacts. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change are stark reminders of what happens when humans fail to respect the natural order. Overexploiting natural resources leads to soil degradation, species extinction, and extreme weather patterns. These disruptions are not isolated events. They are signs that the delicate equilibrium of our planet is being pushed to its limits, but this principle of balance is not only crucial for nature, it is also essential for human life. When we fail to maintain equilibrium in our personal and professional lives, we face stress, exhaustion, and discontent. Just as ecosystems collapse when their balance is thrown off, we too suffer when we neglect our well-being in pursuit of extreme lifestyles. The consequences of imbalance in human life. Overworking without rest leads to exhaustion. In today's fast-paced world, many people believe that working harder and longer will bring success and fulfillment. However, constant work without rest is like an overused soil that eventually loses its fertility. Without moments of relaxation and rejuvenation, the human mind and body deteriorate. Burnout is a common result of imbalance in the modern workforce. Long hours, stress, and a lack of personal time lead to decreased productivity, emotional exhaustion, and even physical illness. Nature teaches us that rest is just as important as effort. Trees do not bear fruit all year round. They have seasons of growth and dormancy. Similarly, we need periods of rest to regain our energy and creativity. One way to counteract this is to incorporate breaks into your daily routine. Prioritize sleep, engage in leisure activities, and allow yourself moments of stillness to recharge. Prioritizing logic over emotion leads to disconnection. In an age driven by logic, analysis, and data, emotions are often dismissed as secondary or irrelevant. However, just as an ecosystem requires both sunshine and rain, a person needs both rational thinking and emotional intelligence. When people suppress their emotions, they risk becoming disconnected from their inner selves and from others. Relationships suffer, creativity declines, and decision-making becomes purely transactional rather than meaningful. Balance between intellect and feeling is crucial. While logic helps us make calculated choices, emotions provide depth, motivation, and connection. To restore this balance, develop self-awareness by acknowledging your emotions rather than ignoring them. Engage in reflective practices such as journaling, meditation, or deep conversations to nurture emotional well-being. Giving too much without receiving leads to burnout. Giving is a beautiful act. It strengthens relationships, fosters community, and brings fulfillment. However, just as nature requires both rain and sunshine, giving must be balanced with receiving. Many people find themselves drained because they are constantly giving without allowing themselves to receive. Whether in relationships, work, or personal commitments, an imbalance in generosity leads to exhaustion and resentment. Imagine a river that continuously gives away its water without ever being replenished. It will eventually run dry. To maintain this balance, practice setting boundaries. Allow yourself to receive help, love, and kindness. Recognize that self-care is not selfish. It is necessary for sustainable giving. Seeking only comfort and avoiding challenges leads to stagnation. While rest is essential, too much comfort can also create an imbalance. Nature thrives on challenges. Winds shape mountains, fires regenerate forests, and animals evolve through adversity. Without challenges, growth stagnates. In life, those who avoid difficulties often miss opportunities for learning and transformation. Struggles, while uncomfortable, push us beyond our limits and help us discover our true strength. Just as trees grow stronger in the face of harsh weather, humans grow resilient when faced with obstacles. To foster growth Embrace discomfort as part of the journey. Step outside your comfort zone, take calculated risks, and see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. How to cultivate balance in everyday life. Achieving balance does not mean living in a state of perfect equilibrium all the time. Just as nature experiences storms and calm periods, our lives will also fluctuate. However, the goal is to cultivate an awareness of when to push forward and when to step back. Here are a few ways to integrate balance into your daily life. Prioritize both work and rest. Work hard, but also schedule time to relax. Do not glorify busyness at the expense of well-being. Balance ambition with gratitude. Strive for success, but also appreciate where you are. Ambition without gratitude leads to dissatisfaction. Create a harmony between giving and receiving. Give generously, but also accept kindness from others. Allow yourself to receive without guilt. Integrate emotional intuition with logical thinking. Listen to both your mind and heart when making decisions. One without the other leads to an incomplete perspective. Embrace change while maintaining stability. Adapt to life's changes, but keep core values and principles as anchors. Flexibility and consistency should work together. Follow the rhythms of nature. Just as seasons transition naturally, allow yourself periods of growth, rest, and renewal. Accept that life moves in cycles. Lessons from nature, the art of effortless balance. One of the most beautiful aspects of nature is its effortless ability to maintain balance. The sun does not rush to rise, the tides do not compete, and rivers do not force their flow. There is no sense of struggle, everything follows its natural rhythm. When we align ourselves with these rhythms, life becomes more fluid and harmonious. Instead of constantly forcing things to happen, we can learn to flow with life's natural pace. If we feel overwhelmed, we can learn from the stillness of a quiet forest. If we are stuck in a rigid routine, we can observe the adaptability of water. If we are afraid of change, we can watch how effortlessly seasons transition. Nature is not in a hurry, yet everything is accomplished. By embracing this wisdom, we can live with greater ease, fulfillment, and inner peace. 4. Letting go is essential for growth. Every autumn, as the days shorten and the air turns crisp, trees shed their leaves. They don't fight the change or cling to the old foliage. Instead, they release what no longer serves them. The act of letting go is an essential part of their life cycle. In doing so, the trees trust that, when the time is right, new growth will emerge in the form of fresh leaves. Similarly, rivers do not hoard the water they carry. They allow it to flow freely, trusting the natural cycle of replenishment and renewal. The seasons change, and the water moves toward the ocean, always in motion, always flowing toward new horizons. This powerful lesson from nature teaches us a fundamental truth about life. Sometimes we must let go to move forward. It is not always easy to release the old, especially when we have become attached to it. Yet, like the trees and the rivers, we too must understand that letting go is a natural part of the journey. In our lives, we often hold on to things, whether it's an old relationship, a career that no longer fulfills us, or lingering regrets from the past. These attachments can stem from fear of change, fear of the unknown, or a sense of obligation. We fear that without these things, we will lose part of ourselves. However, just as the trees don't fear the loss of their leaves, we must recognize that sometimes it is through shedding the old that we make room for something better, something that will nourish us in new ways. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending the past never happened. It is not about ignoring the emotions or experiences that shaped us, but rather about accepting what has been, learning from it, and then making space for new beginnings. When we hold on to the past out of fear or attachment, we carry unnecessary weight that prevents us from moving forward. We stagnate, caught in a loop of what once was, rather than embracing the possibilities of what could be. If a relationship no longer nurtures you, it's time to let go. Holding on to something or someone that no longer contributes to your well-being only leaves you emotionally drained, unable to fully embrace new opportunities or connections. Release it and trust that by letting go, you create room for deeper, more fulfilling relationships to enter your life. If a past mistake still weighs heavily on your heart, forgive yourself. We are often our own harshest critics, unable to forgive our own missteps. But just as a tree cannot grow if it refuses to drop its leaves, we too cannot grow if we refuse to release past mistakes. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to inner peace and personal growth. The past is gone, and while we can learn from it, it is no longer something we need to carry with us. If a dream no longer aligns with your heart, let it go. Perhaps at one point, it was something you wanted deeply, but as time passes, your desires change. Holding on to an outdated vision can leave you feeling stuck and unfulfilled. It is okay to change course. Life is full of new opportunities, and every time you let go of something that no longer resonates with you, you create space for something better, something that is in harmony with who you are becoming. The hardest part of letting go is often the resistance we feel. We are naturally inclined to hold on, to try to control outcomes, and to fear the void that might arise when we release something familiar. But just as the trees know that their new leaves will eventually grow, and the rivers know that they will always be replenished, we must trust that our growth and renewal will come when we allow space for it. Growth doesn't happen in a state of stagnation. It occurs when we step forward into the unknown, trusting that the path ahead is full of new possibilities. When we resist letting go, we inadvertently block our own growth. We stay stuck in old patterns, unable to move beyond what we know. But when we embrace the natural cycle of renewal, we open ourselves up to transformation. Letting go is not an end. It is a beginning, a crucial step in the process of self-discovery, healing, and growth. Release what no longer serves you, and you will find that new opportunities, new people, and new dreams begin to flow into your life. Just as the autumn leaves fall, allowing the trees to rest and prepare for new life in the spring, we too must let go of the old to make space for the new. This is the natural cycle of life, and by following it, we align ourselves with the rhythms of the universe. In doing so, we unlock the potential for transformation, growth, and the creation of a life that feels aligned with our deepest desires. So, ask yourself, what in my life is no longer serving me? What can I release to make space for something new? The act of letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength, trust, and an understanding that life is always moving forward, whether we choose to move with it or not. 5. Everything has its own value. In nature, nothing is wasted. Every organism, no matter how small, plays a role. Fallen leaves nourish the soil, insects pollinate flowers, and even decomposed matter contributes to new life. Similarly, in life, everything has value, even the experiences we don't understand at first. Conclusion. Nature is not just a background to human existence. It is a profound teacher offering wisdom in every leaf, wave, and gust of wind. If we listen, we can learn lessons of patience, resilience, balance, letting go, and recognizing the intrinsic value in all things. By aligning ourselves with these lessons, we can live more harmoniously, face challenges with greater strength, and cultivate a sense of peace that comes from understanding the natural flow of life. What lessons has nature taught you? Share your thoughts.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.